Good evening, everybody. This is Gardening Warrior, and we are back with another What's for Dinner Meal in a Bag edition. Tonight is spaghetti with pink sauce, and all that is a simple tomato sauce, Alfredo sauce, and a bag of spaghetti. All right, the first thing we're going to do is boil up 4 cups of water and get our noodles going. Step 1, for 1 pound of pasta, you need 6 cups of water, and I use a half a teaspoon of salt just to give it a little extra flavor. I do not overly salt anything that I am going to make as a one-pot version because a lot of times the sauce has seasonings, so you don't want to oversalt your items. So this is 6 cups of water and 1 teaspoon of salt. Bring to a boil. So what I do is I break the 1 pound of pasta in thirds, so that it makes it go a little further. Plus, it makes it easier to fit in the pot and get cooked all the way through. You just want to stir it occasionally, bring it back up to a boil, and let it boil for approximately 5 more minutes before we put our sauce together. So it's boiling. And in 5 minutes, I'll show you how to assemble your sauce. In the pot, 1 pot spaghetti. Alright, so our spaghetti is now al dente, and we are going to pour the 22 ounces of Alfredo sauce into the spaghetti. Alright, now that our spaghetti is al dente, we have poured the contents as much as we can get out of the jar into the spaghetti, and now we're going to add approximately 1/3 of a cup of milk to get the rest out of there, because you don't want to waste any of that goodness. Alright, so that's 1/3 of a cup of milk, 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic, approximately a pinch of pepper, and about a pinch of salt, just to give it a little extra zing. And now we're going to mix it all up, put the lid on, of course, and shake it all together. Alright, so this is going to be just spaghetti Alfredo for Essie, because she does not like the red sauce. And then we're going to add the red sauce in. But this way we won't have to add as much red sauce. And probably a small jar or a small can, like 5 or 6 ounces, would work at this point. But I've got other things I'm going to do with that tomato sauce, so I'm not really worried about it. I like to go ahead at this point and taste the sauce just to make sure that it's got enough seasoning in it, and it's absolutely perfect. It's very hot. You gotta blow it. Oh, that's a good blow. All right, are you gonna take a bite now? Is it yummy?
Yeah.
What? Is it yummy?
Yeah.
Are you so cute? Oh, I'm blinding you. Okay. All right. Essie likes it. That's what's important. And we're going to add the spaghetti sauce now. All right. At this point, you can add as little or as much of your spaghetti sauce, depending on your family's preference. Maggie likes more red sauce than white sauce, so we make ours a little darker than traditional. And then you check for salt, pepper, garlic, onions, you know, whatever you want to add it at this point, and then you're ready to eat. Voila! 1 pot spaghetti with pink sauce. I'll see you in the next one, and that is What's for Dinner. Good evening, everybody. I just wanted to tell you that I really appreciate y'all watching my videos. I know sometimes they're long, sometimes they're short, and I never know what's going to happen next. But if you can just give me a thumbs up, or if it's just terrible, you can give me a thumbs down. Just interact. Leave me a message down below if you've ever had spaghetti with pink sauce, And if you're not already subscribed, if you could do that for me too, if you'd like to see more content, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks, and have a great day. Good evening, everybody. This is Gardening Warrior, and we're back with another What's for Dinner meal in a bag. Tonight is simple spaghetti with red sauce. Now, you can add meat, you can add, all the spices, all the things, but this is just a base. And what it is, very simple. A 29-ounce can of tomato sauce, a 14.5-ounce can of diced tomatoes, and a 1-pound container of spaghetti noodles. You add whatever you want to it, but this is the base of what we start with. This is what is in our bag. Alright, now the first thing I'm going to do is boil the water and get that spaghetti pasta going. Alright, now I do use 6 cups of water and 1 teaspoon of salt. This is 4 cups. And I'll add the additional 2 cups in just a second. Now, I'm also going to, there's the salt. I guess it would help if I actually turn the stove on. I'm now going to add my granulated garlic, my pepper, my minced onions, and my Italian seasoning to this water before I put my pasta in. Because this is 1-pot pasta, we're not going to take that pasta out. That's going to help the pasta absorb more of the flavors. And then when we go to make the sauce, it's already in there. Alright, folks, now we've got our salt, our pepper, our granulated garlic, our minced onion, and our Italian seasoning. We're going to let that all heat up, come to a boil, and stir it in there before we put our pasta in. Alright, so I thought I had recorded this, but I didn't. I brought the water up to a boil with the seasonings in it. And now we are going to let this pasta boil just until it becomes al dente. Probably another 2-3 minutes tops. And then we're going to add our sauce in. And then we'll be ready to eat. So I still had a jar of spaghetti sauce I needed to use. And what I'll do now, I just put like a little bit of water in the bottom. And I'm going to pour these diced tomatoes in there and shake it around. So let me rephrase that. What I meant to say was we're going to pour the juice from the diced tomatoes in there and shake it around. I put the tomatoes themselves into the spaghetti pot. Now, at this point, if you want it thicker than this, you're going to want to add a can of tomato paste, which I do have. And by the looks of it, I'm going to need it. Alright, I'll be right back. If you are going to, this is why you start when the spaghetti is still al dente. If I had started when the spaghetti was completely done, we'd have mush by the time this tomato paste melted in there with the sauce. Just keep stirring until it's nice and smooth, and I'll be back. See how much better that is? Oh yeah. And don't forget to put 2 tablespoons of brown sugar in there to help offset the acidity of the tomatoes. And with it being the brown sugar, just adds a little bit of depth to the coloring and the flavor as well. Alright, let's try this. Alright, so Al says the noodles are a little undercooked. So we're going to fix that. It's still boiling, so it's okay. Words fail me. Why are you putting salad on top of your spaghetti?
Healthy.
Oh. I'm so disturbed. And what's that?
Balsamic vinegar.
On top of the salad, on top of the spaghetti. Are you going to add ranch? I am amazed and dumbfounded. This is one of the children that doesn't like her food to touch.
It's just lettuce.
Blech.